Hi, hello guys, welcome back to our channel Lakshmi Talks. Hope all are doing good and better. If anyone is watching our videos for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe our channel. And if you guys liked my videos, please like it, share it, and if you guys any queries on my videos and you can comment it. And don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get the notifications if I upload any new or latest videos and all. So in the previous videos or in the last week I have explained the basics of SQL and some operators in the SQL. So today I am trying to explain most important topic in the SQL, which is commands of SQL. Okay, so don't skip the video, watch complete video and make a note of those things so that it will be useful for future as well. Okay. Hi guys, in the previous videos, you guys may understood the concepts of, basic concepts of SQL and some operators on the SQL. Today, I'm ready to explain you the commands which we are using or which we used in the SQL language. As we know, we'll use some commands to update the things or to delete the things or to create and all. So, to better understanding, we have categorized those all the SQL commands into four types, which are DDL, DQL, DML and DCL. DDL is nothing but the data definition language. Definition is nothing but we are defining something. Okay, so under this category we have some commands which are create, okay, alter, drop, truncate, rename and comments and all. So we'll go through later on those commands. And next one is DQL. DQL is nothing but the data query language. Query language is nothing but we are trying to fetch. So we are trying to fetch with the language, query language. So for that we are using the command like call select, right? So under this DQL we have select command. And one more thing is data manipulation language, which is DML. DML is data manipulation language. Manipulation in the sense means the name itself will say it is a changes. So changes in the tables or records. Okay, so under this category we have update. Okay, update, and if you want to add or delete or something else, so all these commands will come under DML. And next one is the DCL, data control language. So here we have revoke, grant. Okay, these two commands will come under DCL. So now we'll go in depth on these particular commands. Okay, so in this, you can see the a picture now. Types of SQL commands. So you can see the four SQL commands under the SQL commands, which are DDL, DQL, DML, and DCL. So you can see under the DDL, you can see create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, and comment. And under the DQL, you can see the command called select. And under DML, you can have the insert, update, delete, merge, call and explain plan. And under the DCL you have grant and revoke. Okay, so make a note it guys so that it will be useful for you only. Okay, so we'll discuss every command detailedly. And first and foremost command we have create. Okay, so first we'll discuss about the DDL and DQL, and further videos will discuss about DML and the DCL. Okay, so in this DDL, first and foremost command which we have is to create. Okay, so suppose we have nothing, we need to create the database, right? First we need to create the database. Since it is a relational database, we need to create the tables to store the data. Okay, so under this create command we have two things. We need to create the database, or we can use the create command to create the table as well. Next question we have how to create the database and all. So for every command we have the syntaxes. We should follow that syntax and we need to create the databases or tables. Okay, first I have mentioned create database. syntax. So how we'll create the database? So for that we have syntax. Syntax, how it will be: create database and database name. So whatever the database name which you are planning to give, that name you can give at the place of database name. Okay, example also I gave: create database bank. So I'm trying to create the database with the name of bank. So whenever I execute this command in the SQL, so it will create the database for that. Okay, so here bank is the database name. So whatever the name you wanted to give, you can give it, and you can create your own databases. Okay, and next one is create table. Table, we need to create the table to store some records, right? So how the syntax will be, we can see here. Syntax: create table, table name. So as we seen in the before, create table database. So same similar like that, but it will be some extended format. Why extended format? I'll explain you guys. Create table, table name. So in the relational database management system, table name. So table in the sense we need to have rows and columns, right? So first we need to define the columns, column names. Okay. So for that we are creating the table and providing the column names with their data types and with their sizes as well. Okay, like that we are trying to create the table. So if you can see syntax here: create table, table name, column 1 and its data type and size, and column 2, column 3. So how many columns we required for our requirement, you can give those many columns, and you can create the particular table from those columns. Okay, so here I gave the example: create table customer. So I'm trying to create the table with the name of customer, so I have provided the customer at the place of table name. Okay, when we compare with the syntax, and I'm trying to give the column names as customer name, customer id and the salary. So for that purpose, at the place of column 1 I gave customer name, at the place of column 2 I gave customer id, at the place of column 3 I gave salary. So if you want to give n number of column names also, you can give, no issues and all. Okay, and next one, for column 1 I gave data type as varchar. So customer name is the string value, right? So for that I give the data type as varchar. So okay, and customer id is the integer value, so I have provided the data type as number and its a size as well. And column 3 data type I gave as varchar. So salary you can give the varchar or integer or number, it's our wish. Okay, so after this we need to know how the table structure has created. So for that you can execute the query: select star from customer. Table you have created with the name of customer, right? So you need to fetch the table name, or not. You need to fetch the column names as well as records. If you provide or if you inserted some records into the table, so that records also visible. If you didn't inserted the values into the particular table, it won't show. It will show only the columns. Okay, first we have gave customer name and later customer id and salary. So those three came at the column. Okay, so this is the structure of the table which we have created in the last example. Okay, hope you guys understood the concept of the create command, how to create the database and how to create the tables. Okay, and the next one we have alter command in the data definition language. Alter command, alter is nothing but the changes. You know, right? We are very well known about the word called alteration. Alter. Alter is nothing but doing some changes on that particular thing. Okay, here also we have alter command. This alter command, what it will do, it will add the columns in the existing table, or it will delete the records, or if you want to add, so it will add the columns in the existing table. Okay, and how you need to add the columns in the existing table, that we need to know, right? So for that I have given the example: alter table customer. Customer is the table name, right, which we have created before. So customer, add mobile number. So mobile number is of integer value, so I gave number with the size as 20. So if you think, in the previous, we have only the three column names, three columns, which is a customer name, customer ID, and salary. Now I'm trying to add the column name as column name, which is mobile number, into the existing table. Okay, so here I am adding mobile number, one more column to the existing table customer. Okay, hope you guys understood this one. And drop is nothing but drop command is there. Drop command is there, and drop with alter, like this also we can use. So we are dropping the customer table. Either we can drop the table, either we can drop the uh, database, either we can drop the column. So if you want to drop the column, you need to use the alter command. Okay, before I have added the mobile number. Now I don't want mobile number in my particular table customer. So what I need to do? I need to remove, right? So I need to remove means I need to drop it, means I need to delete that particular column. So for at that cases we can use alter table customer. Customer is a table name, and drop column. So we are dropping the column, means we are deleting the column. So whenever we delete the column, it will delete entire thing, means entire column as well as records which are present under the particular column. Okay. So after executing the drop command, have the structure of our table: customer name, customer ID, and salary, since we have dropped the mobile number column. Okay, this is about the alter things. And next one we have drop. Drop command is used for dropping the table or dropping the database. Okay, so in my words, it's completely opposite of the create command. Correct. In the create command, we used to create the database first. Later, we used to create the table. Okay. So, opposite of this drop. First, we used to drop the table. Later, we used to drop the database. Drop is nothing but removing everything. Not only the records, it will remove everything. So, if we want to drop the table, you can see the example here. Drop table, table name in the sense what the table which you wanted to delete, the table name you should provide at the place of table name. And if you want to drop the database, it seems you can provide the database. So if you see our example, if I wanted to delete the table of customer, I can use the command like drop table customer, give semicolon. Okay, if you execute this, the entire customer table will be dropped, means will be deleted from our database bank. Okay, and if I wanted to delete the database of bank which we created, okay, so for that I need to execute drop database, database name in the sense bank which we have created at the first. Okay, so it will delete the entire database and all. So it won't leave the spaces also, it will delete everything. So these two commands, these two possible ways which we'll use with the drop command. Okay, and next one is the truncate. Truncate is nothing but we are truncating something, but we are keeping all the spaces at the same position for the future purpose or future things. Didn't get right? I'm explaining in a better way. Suppose in the drop we have deleted the table, entire table. Okay, if you use drop command, it will delete entire table along with records. But if you use truncate, it will delete all the records, but the spaces will be as usual. It will delete the records, the spaces will be as usual. Means we are just simply truncating that particular table, but the table will be there, but the entire spaces, columns, everything will be removed. That is the measure, that is the only difference which will have between the drop and the truncate. Okay, so whenever we are using the drop and truncate command, we should be careful about that. Or else it will delete the entire thing. It will delete the database and tables and everything and all. Okay, and next one is commands which we know. I think in everything, in every language we will have the commands. We have single line commands and multi-line commands and inline commands. Single line commands means will comment in the single line, it seems. Multi-line commands means will comment 2 or 3 lines by giving the slash with star. And inline comments means in the single line only we used to give the comment and all. So whenever you provided the comment, it won't take it into execution part. Okay, so comments mostly used for our better understanding purpose, uh, for making you guys better understanding. I'll tell you an example. Suppose if you are trying to write one code. Okay, you are trying to write one code, so in that code you will write the logic in your way, correct? So whatever the understandings you have and whatever the logic you have, you can apply there. Suppose after 2 to 3 months some other person will see your code, and if he or she wanted to change the particular code, first they should understood, right? First they should understand, right? So for better understanding, we used to give the provide the comments there. So after 3 months also, if the person see the code, by reading the comments itself they can guess what the logic you wrote behind that. Okay, so better to use the comments in the code or any SQL anywhere, so it will be better for us only. So for that purpose we'll use the comments. And next command which we have under the data definition language is rename. Rename is nothing but we are trying to change the name. Either it will be a table name or it will be a column name. Okay, so I wanted to change the table name. Before we have the table called customer, right? I just wanted to rename with the account. Okay, so for that purpose I'll use the command like this: alter table customer rename to account. So I'm trying to rename with the account. Okay, like that we'll use for a table name. And for column name also, alter table customer. Customer is a table name and column name is customer name. Okay, we have the customer name, customer ID and the salary, right? So I'm trying to change the customer name column with the name, just name, not with the customer name. So for that purpose I'll use this command to rename. Okay, so these are the 6 commands which will come under the data definition language. Okay, so these are the main things also for defining the database and all. And next we have the DQL, query language, data query language. So we obviously know that the select command will come under the data query language. So here I wrote based upon the table which we created before. So in that particular table we have customer name, customer ID and the salary. So here I wrote the query: select customer name from customer where salary equals to 12,000. So whomever the person having the salary of 12,000, those customer names I need to fetch it. So here we in our records we have only one customer which is having the salary of 12,000, so that customer name is fetching there. Okay, so like this we'll use select command. So only select command is there under the DQL. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching my complete video. And the DML and the DCL, those things I will explain you guys later. And for explain you guys this one, I have prepared the PPT, so I can write it in a note and I can explain you guys, but it is the better way to understand, and it will make us into a professional manner. So I have prepared this PPT and explaining you. And if you guys need this PPT, you can mention in the comment section. I'll share this PPT to you guys as well. I don't have any objections and all. So hope you guys like this video. Please, please, please support me guys, so that I can do more videos on any topic. Any topic, even if I don't know also, I can learn and I can make you guys understand somewhat better compared to before. Okay, thank you so much guys, thanks a lot, take care all, bye bye.